the silence of space was shattered by a strange signal. It came from the edge of Earth's orbit, faint but unmistakable. At first, scientists thought it was just another glitch in the satellite system. But as the signal grew stronger, it became clear that something, or someone, was approaching. Nobody knew what it was, and the unknown always brought fear. Deep inside the control room of Earth's main space monitoring station, alarms started to buzz. Screens lit up with strange readings. Red dots appeared on radar, moving faster than anything Earth had ever tracked. Commander Harris, a veteran of Earth's orbital defenses, leaned forward, his eyes narrowing. "What the hell is that?" he muttered, his voice barely audible over the chatter of his team. On the big display, hundreds of sleek, metallic shapes glimmered in the blackness of space. They were massive, far larger than any ship Earth had built. The fleet stretched for kilometers, silent yet threatening. The Galactic Armada had arrived. Across the globe, scientists scrambled to analyze the data. Dr. Elena Park, a leading astrophysicist, ran calculations at a speed that almost made her dizzy. "Commander, these ships, they are far beyond our technology. Their shields are almost impervious, and their weapons are capable of destroying entire fleets in minutes." Harris's jaw tightened. "So, we're sitting ducks?" Elena shook her head. "Not necessarily, but we don't have much time to find out." The military went on high alert. Fighter jets scrambled, satellites reoriented, and radar stations around the world began scanning the sky for any sign of weakness in the alien formation. But there was none. The Armada moved with precision, almost like a single mind controlled the entire fleet. Meanwhile, civilians remained unaware of the approaching danger. People went about their daily lives, oblivious to the shadow growing over their planet. But in the sky above, the Armada's fleet blocked the stars, a dark omen that could not be ignored. As hours passed, the Earth fleet mobilized. Ships from different countries united under a single command for the first time in history. There was no time for politics or debate. Every available ship had to stand together, or face destruction alone. The first confrontation happened near the asteroid belt on the edge of the solar system. Earth's fleet tried to take a defensive position, but the alien ships moved with terrifying speed. Their weapons fired without warning, and massive explosions lit the darkness of space. Even the largest Earth cruisers struggled to survive the relentless attacks. In one command center, young Lieutenant Marco Diaz watched the screens in disbelief. "Sir, they're just too many," he whispered, his hands trembling as he typed orders into the console. Commander Harris slammed his fist onto the desk. "We fight anyway. We protect Earth. That's all we can do." Small groups of Earth fighters tried daring maneuvers to hit the alien ship's weak points. Pilots risked everything, weaving between blasts of energy and debris. Some succeeded in striking minor damage, but the Armada barely slowed. Dr. Park and her team discovered something alarming. The alien ships were not just attacking randomly, they were searching for something. A hidden object, a secret buried on Earth, something powerful enough to attract a fleet from across the galaxy. But what could it be? And could humanity survive if the Armada found it first? As the battle raged, Earth's defenders realized that strategy alone wouldn't be enough. Courage, sacrifice, and quick thinking became their only weapons against a technologically superior enemy. Every decision carried life or death consequences. Every second counted. Then, without warning, the Galactic Armada launched its main assault. Ships split off from the formation and charged directly at Earth's central fleet. Explosions rocked the void and communications crackled with panic. The numbers were overwhelming. Earth's fleet could not match the firepower. Every cruiser, fighter, and defense satellite was engaged. Every human skill was pushed to the limit. In the middle of the chaos, Commander Harris looked out of the viewport at the glowing shapes of the Armada closing in. "We knew this day could come," he said quietly. "But I never imagined it would be like this." As the first wave of attacks struck, entire sections of the Earth fleet were torn apart. Debris floated silently in space, like shattered stars falling into darkness. The Galactic Armada's superiority was undeniable. Humanity's greatest hope now lay in quick thinking and sheer determination. And just as it seemed that Earth's defenders might be crushed under the alien advance, a small glimmer of hope appeared. An ancient, forgotten Earth defense system, long thought useless, flickered to life. Nobody knew if it would work, but it was a sign that Earth was not completely defenseless. The first battle had begun, and humanity had learned one terrifying truth. The Galactic Armada was relentless and Earth was outnumbered. But legends often started in moments like these, in the darkest hours before hope could rise. The war for Earth had begun, and the galaxy would soon learn why some secrets were meant to stay buried. The silence after the first wave of the Galactic Armada's attack was deafening. Floating debris from destroyed Earth ships glimmered like deadly stars in the void. Commander Harris stood at the bridge of the USS Sentinel, gripping the railing tightly. His crew looked exhausted, their faces pale from fear and fatigue. But the battle was far from over. Across the fleet, alarms kept ringing. The alien ships were regrouping, forming an even more menacing formation. Their sleek hulls reflected the light of distant stars as they advanced toward Earth's fleet with terrifying precision. Every sensor on every Earth ship was pushed to its limits, tracking thousands of alien vessels, each one larger and more dangerous than the last. Lieutenant Marco Diaz, still shaking from the first encounter, typed desperately at his console. "Sir, their shields, they're regenerating faster than we can fire." Harris's voice was steady, though tension crept into every word. "Then we need to hit harder. Focus on the engines of the capital ships. We might not stop them, but we can slow them down." Meanwhile, deep inside one of Earth's command centers, Dr. Elena Park examined the alien technology captured from the wreckage. Her brow furrowed. "Commander, their weapons aren't just energy-based, they seem to react to thought patterns. It's as if the ships can predict our moves before we make them." Harris's eyes widened. "So, they're not just strong, they're smart." Elena nodded grimly. "And they're hunting something on Earth. Whatever it is, it's valuable enough to bring this entire armada across the galaxy." As Earth's fleet prepared for a counterattack, the alien ships struck again. This time they focused on a small squadron of Earth fighters led by Captain Sarah Tanaka. Her group weaved between blasts of alien energy, dodging debris, and returning fire with everything they had. One of her fighters was hit, spinning out of control. Sarah's hands tightened on the controls. "Hang on, Vega. I'm coming for you." She swooped dangerously close to the alien ship that had fired, narrowly avoiding another blast. With a daring maneuver, she fired her last missile, hitting the enemy's weak point. The ship shuddered and exploded, sending fragments drifting into space. The small victory lifted the morale of Earth's pilots, but it was short-lived. A massive alien vessel appeared suddenly, larger than any Earth ship, and fired a beam that vaporized several cruisers in an instant. Panic swept through the fleet. Earth's defenders were brave, but courage alone could not match the Armada's overwhelming firepower. Back on the USS Sentinel, Commander Harris issued new orders. "We're splitting the fleet into 3 groups. One will draw their fire, another will attack from behind, and the last will protect Earth. Stay sharp, every decision counts." The plan was risky. If even one group failed, the entire fleet could be destroyed. Yet for the first time, Earth's fleet moved with purpose, acting as one coordinated force. Meanwhile, Dr. Park and her team discovered something extraordinary. Within the alien technology, she found a signal pattern that suggested the Armada was searching for a location on Earth, something buried deep beneath the surface. Could it be a weapon? Or a secret that Earth had hidden for centuries? The discovery raised more questions than answers. "We have to stop them," Dr. Park said urgently. "Before they find it, or all of Earth is lost." As the battle escalated, individual heroes emerged. Young pilots risked everything for the mission. Engineers repaired ships under fire. Soldiers boarded damaged vessels to save crew members. Earth's defenders showed the resilience and courage that had always defined humanity. But the Armada was relentless. Every strategy, every clever maneuver seemed to be anticipated. Their ships moved as one, responding to every move Earth made. The humans realized that defeating this fleet would require more than just weapons and courage. It would require something extraordinary, something beyond technology. And then, during a brief lull in the fighting, a strange phenomenon appeared. A faint blue light flickered in the distance near the asteroid belt. It pulsed rhythmically, almost like a heartbeat. Harris leaned over the bridge railing, squinting at the screens. "What is that?" he muttered. Dr. Park's eyes widened. I think it's part of the ancient defense system. It's activating, on its own." The revelation brought a mixture of hope and fear. If the system worked, it could turn the tide of the battle. But nobody knew how powerful it truly was, or what consequences might follow if it was unleashed. Before anyone could react, the Armada launched another wave of attacks. This time, the assault was coordinated and brutal. Explosions tore through space as Earth's fleet fought desperately to hold their positions. Ships collided, shields failed, and brave pilots made the ultimate sacrifice to protect their comrades. Even in the face of overwhelming odds, humanity refused to surrender. Every ship, every soldier, every scientist fought for survival and for the planet they called home. As the first day of battle drew to a close, Earth's defenders regrouped. The fleet was battered, but not broken. The mysterious blue light continued to pulse, hinting at power yet untapped. The Armada had shown its strength, but Earth had shown something just as important: determination, courage, and the will to fight against impossible odds. Commander Harris stared at the stars where alien ships still lurked. "This is only the beginning," he said quietly. "The Armada has no idea what we're capable of, and neither do they know the secrets buried on our planet." Somewhere deep in space, the Galactic Armada recalculated its strategy. The humans were clever, unpredictable, and dangerous in ways the aliens had not anticipated. The battle had only begun, and the war for Earth's future was far from over. And in the darkness, a question remained: what ancient power did Earth hold that could make even the Galactic Armada tremble? The first true contact had been made, and the galaxy would soon witness the courage of Earth's defenders. The battle had raged for days, and Earth's defenders were exhausted. Ships floated in orbit, battered and smoking, yet humanity refused to surrender. The Galactic Armada loomed above, a terrifying shadow of alien power that seemed unstoppable. Every weapon Earth fired barely scratched the alien shields, and every strategy the humans tried was anticipated. It felt as though the Armada knew their every move. Then, something strange began to happen. Deep beneath the surface of Earth, in deserts, forests, and mountains long abandoned by time, dormant defense systems began to hum. Ancient satellites, hidden bunkers, and energy arrays that had been forgotten for centuries flickered to life. The lights were faint at first, barely visible, but they grew steadily stronger. Dr. Elena Park was the first to notice the anomaly. "Commander Harris," she said urgently, "these systems, they're ancient. They weren't meant for modern warfare. Yet somehow they're responding to the Armada's presence. It's as if Earth itself is waking to defend us." Harris stared at the main display. Lines of energy crisscrossed the planet, connecting secret defense hubs that had been lost to history. "Are you saying they're alive?" he asked. Elena nodded. "In a way. Not alive like us, but designed to act when Earth is in danger. Legends say these systems were built by civilizations older than recorded history, and now they've chosen to awaken." Meanwhile, pilots in orbit noticed changes in the battlefield. Alien ships that had been dominating the fight were suddenly slowed, their movements slightly less precise. Energy beams that once shredded Earth's cruisers now faltered, and some alien vessels drifted as if confused. Captain Sarah Tanaka, piloting her fighter near the front lines, noticed the shift immediately. "Commander, their formations, they're breaking," she shouted over the comms. "It's like something is interfering with them." Harris's face lit up with cautious hope. "It's the defenses. Earth's own power is fighting back." On the surface, scientists worked frantically to understand the technology. Elena and her team traced energy pulses through hidden conduits, ancient circuits, and massive generators buried deep underground. Every discovery revealed more of Earth's forgotten strength. The technology wasn't just weapons. It was designed to protect the planet, to give humans a fighting chance against threats far beyond their understanding. As Earth's ancient defenses activated, the tide of battle began to change. Alien ships were forced to retreat slightly, their coordinated assaults faltering. Humanity's fleet took advantage of the moment, striking with renewed vigor. Missiles found their targets, and fighters executed daring maneuvers that pushed back sections of the Armada. Yet the aliens were quick to adapt. The Armada's commanders realized that these were no ordinary defenses. The humans weren't simply reacting, they were being aided by something much older and more powerful. The Galactic Armada sent scouts to investigate, but even their most advanced sensors failed to understand the mysterious energy. Amid the chaos, Lieutenant Marco Diaz spotted a particularly massive alien ship approaching the heart of Earth's orbital fleet. "Sir, that ship is enormous. If it hits the Sentinel, we're done." Harris clenched his fists. "We can't let that happen. Full salvo on my mark. Everyone aim for the engines and keep the shields up. This is our chance." The battle escalated. Explosions lit the void as missiles streaked through space, striking the massive vessel. Energy beams from the awakened defenses slammed into the alien ship, shaking its hull. Slowly, painfully, the ship began to falter, drifting helplessly. It was a small victory, but it sent a clear message. Earth had power the Armada had never expected. Back on Earth, Dr. Park uncovered an even more startling secret. "These systems, they're connected to something deeper," she said. "Something buried. Essential control. If we can find it, we might have a weapon capable of turning the tide completely." Harris considered the implications. So this is what the Armada was searching for, and why they came all this way. Whatever it is, it could change everything. As night fell over the planet, the energy lines of the ancient defenses pulsed brighter. Humanity had survived the first true test, but the war was far from over. The Armada would regroup and the secrets of Earth were still at risk. And yet, for the first time, hope burned bright. Earth was not helpless. Legends had awakened, and with them humanity's chance to stand against an enemy thought unstoppable. From the shadows of orbit, the Armada's commanders studied the new threat with unease. The humans were clever, resourceful, and now, aided by technology older than the stars, dangerously unpredictable. The galaxy was about to learn that Earth's defenders were not just fighting for survival, they were defending something far greater than themselves. Something that could change the balance of power forever. As the last light of the day reflected off shattered alien ships and glowing energy lines, Commander Harris whispered to himself, "This is only the beginning. Earth has secrets, and it's time the Armada learns why some legends are never meant to be buried." The Galactic Armada's retreat was temporary. High above Earth, their fleet regrouped, silent and calculating. The humans had shown surprising resistance, but the Armada did not retreat out of fear. They were searching for something and nothing would stop them from finding it. Commander Harris and Dr. Elena Park were huddled in the command center, reviewing data from the recent battles. The ancient Earth defenses had slowed the aliens, but the Armada's numbers were vast. Even with the newly activated systems, the humans could not destroy the entire fleet. "We need to understand what they're after," Dr. Park said, her finger tracing lines of energy on the holographic map. "All signs point to something buried deep on Earth, something the Armada thinks is valuable enough to risk an entire war." Harris rubbed his eyes. "So they're not attacking randomly. They're hunting a target. Do we even know what it is?" Dr. Park shook her head. "Not yet. But I think we might be able to find it before they do." The search led them to a hidden site beneath the Himalayas. Long ago, Earth's ancient civilizations had built enormous underground chambers and vaults, designed to store powerful technology and secrets. Only fragments of their existence had survived in myth and legend, until now. Dr. Park and a small team of scientists and engineers descended into the dark tunnels, their flashlights illuminating strange symbols carved into the walls. Energy lines, long dormant, pulsed faintly, responding to their presence. "It's incredible," Dr. Park whispered. "The legends weren't stories, they were warnings. And these systems, they're alive in a way." Meanwhile, in orbit, the Armada had detected the ancient energy. Alien scouts moved closer, scanning for signs of the hidden secret. Commander Harris knew it was only a matter of time before they discovered the location. Back underground, Dr. Park's team reached a massive chamber. At its center sat a glowing sphere, floating above a pedestal. Pulsing with energy, it seemed to breathe, radiating a power unlike anything on Earth. Harris approached cautiously. "Is this the weapon?" he asked. Dr. Park's eyes were wide with awe. "I don't think it's a weapon in the traditional sense. It's more a guardian. Something designed to protect the planet when the time comes." Suddenly, alarms rang throughout the facility. The Armada had located the chamber. Sensors in orbit detected massive alien ships approaching Earth's atmosphere, weapons charged, ready to strike. "Get the defenses online," Harris shouted. "We hold them here at any cost." Fighter squadrons scrambled from Earth's orbit, engaging the approaching alien ships. Explosions filled the void as beams of energy clashed. Pilots risked everything to protect the planet's most valuable secret. In the chamber, Dr. Park and her team worked frantically to unlock the full potential of the ancient technology. Symbols glowed brighter as they traced circuits, and the sphere's power began to radiate outward, sending energy lines through the tunnels and up to the surface. The ground trembled. Energy surged into Earth's orbital defenses, strengthening shields and powering weapons far beyond anything modern science could achieve. Even the Armada's advanced technology faltered under the sudden force. In orbit, Commander Harris watched as alien ships were thrown into chaos. Beams of light struck vessels, disabling their engines. Some ships drifted helplessly, their crews panicking as Earth's defenses struck with precision. Yet the Armada was not defeated. A massive command ship emerged, larger than anything seen before. Its energy shields glowed ominously, and a pulse of power surged outward, disrupting Earth's fleet. The humans realized the battle was far from over. Their victory was temporary, their survival uncertain. Deep underground, Dr. Park activated the central system fully. The glowing sphere expanded, sending waves of energy across the planet. Symbols on the walls pulsed rhythmically as if the planet itself were alive. "It's working," Dr. Park said breathlessly. "Earth is fighting back, not just with its fleet but with itself." Above ground, Commander Harris coordinated the final defense. Earth's fleet, now empowered by the planet's ancient systems, launched a daring attack. Fighters weaved between alien ships, missiles streaked through space, and massive cruisers fired synchronized volleys. The Armada's command ship was hit, engines failing under the assault. Alien commanders communicated urgently, trying to regroup, but Earth's defenders were relentless. For the first time, the Armada faced true resistance, not just from human technology but from the hidden power of Earth itself. Yet even as the tide shifted, Harris knew the war was far from over. The Armada would return, stronger and more determined. And the secret they had uncovered, this ancient power buried on Earth, was only the beginning. Dr. Park stared at the glowing sphere, her voice soft but certain. "This is why they came. This is why Earth was never meant to fall. Some secrets are too important to lose." The galaxy would soon learn that the defenders of Earth were not only brave, they were guarding a power that could change the course of history. The Armada might have advanced technology, but Earth had something far older, far wiser, and far more dangerous. And in the silence that followed the battle, one thought echoed through the minds of every human and alien alike. Earth was not just fighting for survival. Earth was fighting for its legend. The Galactic Armada had regrouped. Far above Earth, their massive fleet hung in the black void like a shadow of death. The command ship glowed ominously, signaling the aliens' determination to crush humanity once and for all. They had learned about Earth's hidden power, and now they would risk everything to seize it. Commander Harris stood on the bridge of the USS Sentinel, watching the alien ships through reinforced viewports. Every vessel in Earth's fleet was battered but still alive, and the ancient planetary defenses hummed with energy, ready to aid them. "This is it," Harris said, his voice low but firm. "We either stand and fight, or we fall. Every ship, every pilot, every soldier, this is our moment. Protect Earth. Protect our secret." Fighter squadrons roared into the void, weaving between beams of alien fire. Missiles streaked through space, colliding with shields, exploding in brilliant flashes. Earth's cruisers fired in unison, synchronized with the pulsing energy lines from the ancient defense system. Slowly, the Armada's formation began to falter. Captain Sarah Tanaka led the vanguard, her squadron darting past massive alien vessels. "Keep pushing," she shouted. "We can do this. Don't let them see fear." Despite their courage, the Armada's power was terrifying. Massive energy beams tore through human ships, shields flaring under the strain. Explosions rocked the fleet, sending debris spinning into the void. Every pilot, every sailor, every soldier knew that a single mistake could mean annihilation. Below the battlefield, deep within the ancient chamber, Dr. Elena Park monitored the flow of energy. "The system is responding," she said, pointing at the floating sphere. "It's amplifying the fleet's weapons and shields. If we hold, we can turn the tide, but we can't let them reach the chamber." Above, the alien command ship surged forward, massive tendrils of energy extending like claws. It struck at Earth's defenses with overwhelming force, tearing through cruisers and fighters alike. The Sentinel shook violently as shields flared. Harris gritted his teeth. "Hold formation. Focus fire on the engines. We take that ship down or none of us survive." Lieutenant Marco Diaz piloted a small interceptor squadron into the heart of the battle. His hands moved like lightning across the controls, dodging blasts and weaving through debris. "We've got a clear shot on the engines, sir," he shouted. Harris nodded. "Do it. Now." The squadron fired, missiles streaking toward the alien command ship. Explosions rocked its hull, engines sputtering. The Armada faltered, giving Earth's fleet a critical opening. Even so, the aliens did not surrender. Drones swarmed, energy beams lashed out, and the command ship unleashed a massive shockwave, pushing human ships to their limits. The fleet was struggling, but they refused to back down. Humanity's courage, determination, and intelligence were unmatched. On the front lines, heroes emerged. Pilots made daring maneuvers to protect weaker ships. Engineers repaired cruisers in the midst of explosions. Soldiers boarded damaged vessels to rescue their comrades. Every action mattered. Every life mattered. As the command ship weakened, the ancient defense system amplified one final pulse of energy. It surged outward, connecting with every ship, every weapon, every shield. Earth's fleet shone with a brilliant light, synchronized, unstoppable. The alien command ship's shields collapsed under the combined assault. Beams of energy from human ships struck directly at its core. Explosions tore through the hull, and the massive vessel shuddered violently. Slowly, impossibly, it began to break apart. In orbit, the Armada's remaining ships faltered. Their formation disintegrated, and retreat became inevitable. For the first time, Earth's defenders had the upper hand. Courage, strategy, and the mysterious power of the planet itself had turned the impossible into victory. Yet even in victory, the cost was clear. Countless ships were destroyed, brave pilots and soldiers lost their lives, and the galaxy had witnessed Earth's defiance. Harris looked at the stars where alien ships fled into the void. "We did it," he whispered. "But this war, it's not over." Dr. Park approached him, exhausted but resolute. "The secret is safe, Commander. For now. The Armada will return, but they don't know everything Earth can do. They've learned something today. This planet is alive and it will defend itself." Harris nodded. "And humanity will fight alongside it. Always." As the remnants of the Armada disappeared into the darkness, Earth's fleet regrouped. The ancient defenses pulsed gently, as if resting after a battle well fought. Humanity had survived against impossible odds. Legends had awakened. And the galaxy would soon learn that Earth was not just a planet, it was a force to be reckoned with. The war for survival was far from over, but Earth had proven that courage, intelligence and unity could overcome even the mightiest enemies. And deep beneath the surface, the hidden power that had defended the planet remained, waiting for the next challenge. Commander Harris gazed at the stars and whispered to himself, "They'll come back. And when they do, we'll be ready. Earth will never fall. Not while we still breathe." Humanity had won the battle. The Armada had been pushed back. But the war and the legend was only beginning. The Galactic Armada had been driven back, their massive fleet retreating into the void. Above Earth, the battered human fleet floated silently, smoke and debris drifting among the stars. Victory had come at a high cost, but Earth had survived. Humanity had faced the impossible and emerged stronger, united and wiser. Commander Harris stood on the bridge of the USS Sentinel, looking out over the remnants of the battlefield. The view was both beautiful and haunting. Shattered alien ships glimmered in the darkness like dying stars, while the surviving human vessels bore the scars of relentless combat. Dr. Elena Park joined him, her eyes scanning the readings from the ancient defense system. "We did it," she said quietly. "The Armada retreated. The secret is safe, for now." Harris nodded slowly. "But they'll be back. The Armada doesn't give up. They've seen Earth's power, and now they know there's something hidden here, something worth fighting for." Even as the humans celebrated small victories, questions remained. What exactly had the Armada been searching for? How had Earth's ancient defenses been created, and by whom? And most importantly, what other secrets were buried beneath the planet's surface, waiting to awaken when danger arrived? Across the globe, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to repair ships, restore communication networks, and analyze the energy patterns left behind by the ancient defense system. Dr. Park and her team traced the pulses to multiple hidden sites across continents. Each one had a story, a purpose, and a power that humanity was only beginning to understand. Meanwhile, survivors of the fleet returned to Earth, greeted by the people who had lived in ignorance of the battle raging above their heads. Families embraced pilots, soldiers, and engineers who had risked their lives. The world had been shaken, but hope had not been lost. Humanity had fought together, and together they had survived. Yet even in victory, unease lingered. Alien probes had been detected fleeing the battlefield, and it was clear that the Armada would report their defeat to the rest of the galaxy. Earth's secret had been partially revealed, and other forces might come searching. The planet had been defended, but the galaxy was vast and threats were endless. Deep beneath the surface, the glowing sphere of the ancient defense system pulsed softly. Its energy had receded after the battle, but it had not vanished. It seemed to watch, to wait, and to prepare for whatever might come next. Dr. Park traced its signals, realizing that the planet itself had intelligence beyond human comprehension. "This is only the beginning," she said to Harris. "Earth has survived today, but there are forces out there that don't even know what they're up against. The Armada was just the first test." Harris looked out at the stars, a mixture of pride and determination in his eyes. "Then we prepare," he said. "We train. We rebuild. And we make sure that Earth will never be caught unready again. No matter who comes next, humanity will stand." In the far reaches of space, alien fleets gathered silently. Reports from the scouts had reached their commanders. Earth's defenders were clever, resilient, and more dangerous than anticipated. And something unknown, something ancient and powerful, had aided the humans. Whispers of fear and uncertainty spread among the Armada's ranks. They had underestimated Earth. They had underestimated humanity. Back on Earth, as night fell, the planet seemed calm, almost peaceful. Yet beneath the surface, the ancient defense systems hummed quietly, and the glowing sphere pulsed rhythmically like a heartbeat. Humanity had won a great battle, but the war for the galaxy was far from over. Legends of Earth's defenders would grow, inspiring awe and fear alike. Commander Harris walked through the streets of a city rebuilt after the battle. Children played among the ruins, unaware of the war that had raged above them. Survivors shared stories of bravery and sacrifice. Humanity had endured, and for the first time in centuries, people looked to the stars with hope rather than fear. And deep within the hidden chambers, the secrets of Earth remained waiting. Waiting for the next challenge. Waiting for the next test of courage. The galaxy had learned a lesson. Earth was not weak and its defenders were not ordinary. Some legends, after all, were never meant to be buried. As the sun rose over the horizon, casting golden light across a recovering planet, Commander Harris gazed skyward once more. "We've survived today," he whispered. "But tomorrow we prepare. Earth will always rise. And the galaxy will remember that some legends are untouchable." And so, Earth stood victorious, alive and watchful. A planet defended by heroes, ancient powers, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. The war might continue, but one thing was certain. The story of Earth's defenders had only just begun.